is this big guy's hands. We're gonna be working on him tonight. Let's get some things done. All right, let's go like this. Grab a brush here. And how's everyone doing? Hope we're all doing fantastic. We're gonna make some art happen. An interesting predicament. I'm actually moving here a couple of days. Actually, tomorrow. Tomorrow is an official moving date. Just realized that. Wow. Can't believe I totally forgot that I am moving tomorrow. But anyway, in other news, very exciting stuff. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and just get some painting in while we can for the night. Let me see. I might need a smaller brush for this effect. Some of these effects here. Let's grab this brush. Grab this brush. And I need another small brush here. All right, so I have a photo of a hand here, which means I can actually go ahead and start to darken some of these areas. I'm going to grab some purple, grab some of this dark purple red, I guess. And let's go start to blend in some of this space here just to create the idea of a fist. Round this out here. And welcome. Hope everybody's doing fantastic despite all of these so many crazy things happening right now. It is just absolutely wild. And I think right now is a good time to say that I am grateful with so much going on these days that I am able to find the opportunity to do some painting. So Ozma is pointing and doing crying laughing faces. Amazing, wonderful. Thank you for the crying laughing faces. It is just so great to know that you're crying and laughing and pointing. So great to know. I don't even know if you want to share what you feel like you want to laugh and cry about. Feel free to let me know. I am totally open to it. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is a totally open live stream forum for all sorts of ideas. McKenna, I'm good at drawing. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. So what brings you in today, McKenna? How is I know Asma just wanted a good laugh, but McKenna, this is the first time that I'm seeing the name McKenna. I haven't streamed in a few weeks, so a lot of the regulars are not popping in, but and I recognize names. And McKenna is a new one. So feel free to share whatever. Let's highlight the people that are in here. Let's create an interactive live stream. Yeah, it's a very rare name, especially the way you're spelling it. I've never seen McKenna spelled the way that you're spelling it. Which is, however, just never seen it spelled that way. Which is kind of cool. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and blend in some of this. It's so wild. Like I haven't been painting as much these past few weeks, and it almost feels like I forgot how. Which that is quite frightening, isn't it? It is almost frightening that. But it's like riding a bike. You probably jump right back into it once you can, and then it just becomes all good. Honestly, I might just have to end up using like this red paint because the light that I'm seeing is not conducive to my painting activities. All right, let's see. We're gonna grab some of this red, maybe pink it out a little bit. That's gonna be possible, but I'm gonna try. Let's see how I can modify this way. But yeah, I just want to take this time to say, let's hold at the beginning of this live stream right now. I'll do a moment of. This is I think this is the first stream that I've done after the passing of Charlie Kirk. May he rest in peace. Condolences to his family. So it's very rare that I don't talk, but I'm gonna actually not say anything for a minute, and maybe if I can even type this in. Let me see. All right. Just wanted to have that moment of silence for Charlie Kirk. And, I think it's so interesting because you watch him, you watch his live streams, you watch all the how he put himself out there, just sitting and giving people an open mic to just like talk things out, and it's just he was able to like get so close to people and give so many college students an opportunity to like you know debate, get off the internet and like talk about things. And I think that was really, really valuable. I'm not really good at eulogies or anything like that, but I totally like Charlie Kirk. I respected the guy. I think he had a lot of not just courage, but also, as a living being, just a very intelligent person, and someone who is definitely I think at the surface level, we see this guy that just debates college, college students, like at the surface level, right? That's what people are saying. He's just this guy and he's just debating college students. But I think the bigger truth is, his reality in my I don't actually, I don't want to try to speak for him, but my perspective of him is that he probably had a bigger vision than that, right? He probably just had this this idea that he really wanted to help college students grow as people, and his way of doing that was to give them an open forum. Because I went to college, never had, there was never really any opportunity to gather in a town square or Times Square or whatever, and just have meaningful discussion. There was like protesters on the college campus and all that, but like there was never a Charlie Kirk during those times. And it's just so fascinating for me to see so many people getting together, students, various political beliefs, ranging political beliefs, getting together, talking about things, especially in a time when, social media has become the norm, and that, Charlie Kirk made post social media life, aka like, when I went to college, social media was just kind of getting started, but Charlie Kirk made the opportunity for for kids to realize, college students to realize that, you could do stuff you can have these conversations offline. You can have these conversations in person, have like discussions and things like that. And it is just so upsetting that there's anyone who would ruin that and all of that. So, I don't know. It's just. Yeah, as far as just like thinking, right, of what anyone has to like, how you have to be, the type of person you have to be willing to sit in front of huge groups of people and be open to just having a live conversation or debate. I would say, definitely there was that a huge, element of debate. Um, but at the end of the day, thanks to Charlie Kirk for everything that he did. I think it's incredibly valuable and incredibly important. So, anyway. I don't know. I'm not a good eulogist. But rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. All right. Let's see. Let's go like this. So this hand is coming across like this. How can I? Let's go and push this in a little bit further. We're gonna go like this. And let's see. I probably should have made the title of this stream, whatever what the poll is. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I probably should have made that the title of this stream. I don't know why I didn't. It just slipped my mind. Like, isn't it baffling to anyone that there's actually people like taking this event and it's just celebrating it? Like, isn't that disgusting? I just don't understand how it's possible. Like, how can you be so far gone of a person, or at least especially an American? Like, if you're outside of America, maybe the only thing, maybe if you're not American, then maybe it makes sense because you just don't have the same values or laws or constitutions or anything. But definitely as an American, I just don't understand how anyone could become. I mean, I can understand how people could become so far gone. They just get caught up in something and they just lose themselves. But like, it's just baffling to me that there's people that are like celebrating the event, which is just totally disgusting. Just insanity. It's happening to people. Oh, so you've been around, but you just haven't been texting? That's all good. Thank you for taking today and making the effort to do so. I'm actually wrapping up this painting. I'm moving tomorrow, and I just don't know if we're going to continue on with this one or how much longer. I might. I don't know. Part of me wants to... So I have a show next week, and I don't know if it's going to be... I don't know if this painting is going to sell or what. Thank you. Really appreciate that. Thank you for sharing your kind ideas, your kind words. All right, so right now I'm just adding like a little highlight around this part of the arm here, because this part of the arm likely catches some of the light. that part of the arm is gonna catch some of the light here. And let's go around his cheek, actually. We're gonna go into his cheek. Right along his chin here. McKenna, do you have any thoughts you want to share on Charlie Kirk? Positive ones only? If you don't have anything nice to say, you don't need to say anything. Or hey, maybe if you're not, it's okay if you don't have an opinion on the matter. If maybe you don't live in the US, or maybe you never heard of him until the recent events, that's fine too. No worries. No pressure. So anyway, let's see. We're gonna go paint in this hand right here. We're gonna work on our hand a little bit. Let's go add our hint of highlight here. Just try and go up. Whatever the colors Bouguereau used is just absolutely fascinating because I cannot quite get them. All right. McKenna has a story to share, so feel free to have the audience here. Mr. Scout. Okay, so let's keep this portrait going. Or this painting, I should say. We're gonna go right, so keep on going, McKenna. Was that your story? Was that the whole story? I was kind of waiting for the rest, but all right, fair enough. So that's the whole story. Well, let me read the story. One time, whenever McKenna was like 4 years old, they were riding a bike and they fell on her both their knees. Wow, profound. Love it. Thank you for a story. And you know what the great part about that story was the fact that I thought there was going to be more. And here I was waiting, and that is the beauty of that story, is that here I was anticipating, thinking that there would be some more ideas included, but they were totally just like either it was serious, whether it was intentional or whatever. Great job. Whatever. Great job. Thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate you and your act of vulnerability. Let's see what's going on around here. We're gonna add a little bit of a highlight right in here. Honestly, I'm having a hard time with this painting right now because I just can't paint like this right now because the lighting is different. Not ideal. My setup's different because all my stuff's moved around because I'm moving, and I don't know. It's just so hard to paint right now. Lighting and everything. This is. I know I sound like I'm complaining, but it's one of those moments. Let's see. Like this. You know what? Should I be using a big brush? I don't know. Oh no. And you know what? What's up, Scout? What's up, bro? What you meowing about, huh? Hey, dude. You play with my head? Hmm? What's up with you, man? Scout? That's how I talk to my cat. Alright. Alright, let me grab some blue. I should grab some white, I should say. Let's see how that looks, just adding in little purple highlights into some of these areas here. I'm gonna dull down this color just a little bit. It's a little bit too bright, too highlighted. And you know what? Our figure is going to look a little bit flatter. Maybe add a little bit of a dark shadow in some area. Let me see if any of this brown is still wet. Brown and red make a dark brown, dark red, right? Let's see how this shadow can manifest on the hand. Just a little outline. Maybe we'll take this brush. And let's go. Just adding a couple of little like wrinkles along the hand there. Just using this to create some shadows. This color that we're going with right now just helps us add shadow detail. Ever so subtly carve these details into the hand. And just to create some roundness in the hand, I'm adding some subtle shadows here. That knuckle's a little too high. Ugh. What have I done? What have I done here? What have I done? I'm probably only going to paint for probably no more than another 15-20 minutes because I honestly don't know how how productive I'm being, because like it's just all right. You know what, everyone? Let's call this a night. I'm going to say that we're done for now. Take a little break here. A little break for the night. We'll come back to this another day. Okay. So tomorrow we're going to be moving. So we're going to have a new environment, some new painting, some new momentum in artwork, which is very, very exciting. As you could, I don't know if anybody could see. Probably see my cat here. See my cat. What's up, Scout? Say hello to everybody. Hello, my boy. My handsome boy. Yes. Who's a handsome boy? Yes, you are, buddy. Mr. Handsome. So handsome, my friend. He's a very handsome cat. I call him my friend. He's not my son, because I'm not a cat, therefore he cannot be my son, but he can be my fur child, maybe. Yes, he's my friend. One of the friends of my life. Right, Scout? A good friend, Scout. Check him out. He's my good friend. What's up, buddy? Got anything interesting to tell the audience before we sign out for the night? Got anything you want to say, bro? Come on, you don't have to be shy. Say something. That's me making the sound, by the way. What do you gotta say, dude? Surely you got things to tell people. Tell the world something. He doesn't need to say anything. You just look at him. You just look at him and just see how amazing he is, right? You're a cat of not many words. You're a cat of no words because cats don't speak English. They speak cat. It is your job to learn how to speak cat if you ever own a cat. It's not their job to learn English. Hey, Nazreel, good timing. What's my name? My name is Emmett Ferguson. Thank you for being a part of the show. Thank you for chiming in. But actually, I'm about to wrap up for the evening. He was ready to jump out of my hands, and I got to get ready to start moving tomorrow. So need some of the energy, and I just want to say thank you for the last minute jump in. And again, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Condolences to the Kirk family. And honestly, like, just to wrap up with something, like, yes, of course, the family was affected, but I feel like, with certain figures, Charlie, including, Charlie, Gandhi, you know, Martin Luther King, all these people that have affected many, that were part of so many people's lives. I'm not trying to say that like Charlie Kirk did the exact same thing as Gandhi or the exact same thing as Martin Luther King or the exact same thing as like, Abraham Lincoln. I'm not trying to say that he did all the things that were the same. But what I do know is that Charlie Kirk, from my perspective, I'm saying condolences to his family, but like so many people were affected by Charlie. So many people were probably watched his videos over COVID and, got an opportunity to like connect with him and see how he was able to, you know, have conversations with college students and, maybe it wasn't just a conversation with like college students. It wasn't just him debating, but also like, being able to sit there over COVID and watch some of his videos along with, other influencers or whatever. But you'll see those, and there was definitely a connection. So many people were affected. So condolences, not just, to the Kirk family, of course, and his friends, his very close friends, but everybody else that felt a deeper bond with him because of how his platform might have affected them. So again, rest in peace, Mr. Charlie Kirk, and everybody else. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.